Greetings, everyone. This is another episode of Soul Talk, where we talk with the community about stuff going on in the Star Citizen community. And no, I'm not going to say that because I said it before. I forgot to bring up my script. Hey, gang, we have Fist Face, we have Jade, we have Poppin' Face.
How are you? How are you? Do I sound all right?
Hello.
That's 1, 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
sound
guys are
great.
good.
All right.
Testing 1, 2. How do I sound?
You guys are great.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to adjust some of these volumes in here because I see you going red and XSplit, so it should be fine. If you guys haven't clicked on it in Discord. Oh, and by the way, anyone can join us in Discord. Just drop in and let us know in Twitch chat if we don't notice you off the bat. But you guys in Discord can join my stream and you can see what I'm streaming at the time. So yeah, has anyone else had participated in the new pack today? Or any word on it?
Oh, there was a new patch?
Oh, I didn't even know.
Didn't even know. Wow. I've
Yeah,
been
evidently it's like 3.14.0.J.
Jay.
okay. Okay, that's cool. I have to check that out.
Okay, cool. Black and Intellect dropped a link for the patch notes, so thank you for that, Black and Intellect.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I guess we'll move on from the pack, but last week I had a sneak peek. You can see it in the stream. Take a sign out of our laser beam is what the caption for the sneak peek for last week said. I don't know what size that is. It looked pretty big, but what do you guys think? Jade, do you see the gun?
Yeah, I do see the gun. Without, like you said, without anything else in that picture as a reference, it's hard to tell what the size of it is. But I'm just happy we're getting beam weapons.
Oh yeah, they changed how that stuff works in this pack.
Yeah.
Can you remind me what they changed?
What your lasers are because of the capacitors, they run out. They're more like ballistics in a way, and you have to wait for them. I guess it's a cooldown period, so you have to be very strategic in your dogfighting now. You just can't hold down the trigger.
Just can't hold down the trigger, right?
Yeah,
well, that's how people normally use ballistic anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't. I haven't tried ballistics though.
I have.
Yeah.
But according to the file link, I'm gonna put that in Twitch right now. According to the file link, it says a Star Citizen barrel laser.
That's interesting.
So I mean, it does look big, but yeah, we can't tell. Like you said, there's no frame of reference.
You know what though? With this being said though, and also talking about the PTU and how the way things have changed, I'm kind of regretting that I bought the Ares Inferno.
Yeah.
Because of the way the ballistics work now. Oh man.
See, I'm gonna say this. You shouldn't worry about it because it's gonna change again before the game launches. It's gonna go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So by the time the game actually launches, you may be happy with the Inferno again.
Yeah, you might be right though, Fast Card. Because right now, ballistics, you got to make sure every shot counts, and it's depends upon what you have on there as well.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, no, it's a trade-off. I mean, energy weapons are going to have the same issue. I mean, a lot of people think that the energy weapons are going to have some great advantage, but the reality of it is the management of power is an issue for them. And like Fast Card said, it's going to balance out. They're not going to leave it at some deficit to either side, but it is going to make people be much more calculating, and people aren't just going to be flagrantly firing, just like when we talked about last week about people just missile spamming, how that's
Right.
going to disappear. So it's going to make people be much more calculating when they attack, both whether it's energy or ballistic. So I wouldn't regret your purchase just yet, especially
Okay.
with size 7s.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Is that a laser beam in your pocket, or you just happen to see me?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
okay. Okay. All right. Well.
Where's Whammer when we need him?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh. All right. I don't even know what to say.
No, but some people. Jalen was asking for the ion beam. It definitely said laser in the file name, so going by that, it should be a laser gun, laser weapon. But yeah, I always say don't buy ships based on. I mean,
Yeah, and I'm sorry, FC, because I stepped away for a minute, so I'm sorry I missed out on some of it. But I'm looking at what you're looking at.
okay, but yeah, don't buy a ship based on what's going on now. The meta for now is not necessarily going to be the meta for when the game launches. Like if you have a particular favorite ship, like I'm going to BMM. Just you get to BMM because you like for what your prospective job or career path is going to be. I do have a Super Hornet that I'm thinking about maybe upgrading to the Heart Seeker, which is all laser, but I haven't applied it yet.
Okay. You said the Hawk?
The Super Hornet.
Oh, Super Hornet. Okay.
Yeah. There's something called a Heart Seeker. It's a variant of the Super Hornet. But
Okay.
But it's all lasers instead of being all ballistic. But I
I've
can do,
never
like I
heard
said, 3.14 meta is read the freaking patch note in practice. Basically, that sounds about right to me.
Yeah, I've been.
How about you, Jay? Do you prefer laser or ballistic?
It's all about the tool for the job. So, in a battle, um, your energy weapons have a specific use, and ballistics, have a different use, or at least that's how CIG sees it going forward. Previously everybody would run attritions, and like you said, the meta changes. Now lots of people run ballistics because they don't want to have to deal with capacitors, but CIG will probably limit the amount of ammo or something like that. It's all gonna get balanced. I don't have a particular favorite out of the two. It's whatever can kill something.
Right. And I mean,
Right.
and this is gonna be MMO, so even after the game launches, they'll still be tweaking and balancing stuff. So
Yeah,
be careful.
exactly.
Be careful what you buy and be careful what you melt. It may come back
Yep.
into flavor again.
Yeah, that's true.
How about you, Pops? You prefer ballistic over lasers or ion?
Be perfectly honest, fast car. The jury is still out. It's just really right now just testing, getting used to it. I don't like you said earlier, it's gonna change. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna experiment. That's where I'm at.
And this is a
Experimentation.
great time to do it.
Yeah.
You, Griffin? Oh, thank you for 97.9 for the subscription.
Thank you. No preference. I need to get better at shooting, no matter what I use.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're too far away and you got to hunt that pixel, depending on how big the screen is. I can't even imagine playing on a 1080 monitor trying to hunt something down.
Well, Chris, a long time ago, talked about the fact that he wanted combat to be close quarter. And so, I think we've all been seeing that now, that, and not just in the sense of close quarter, but to the point of accuracy where you're able to lock onto shields, a shield generator, or lock onto the engine specifically,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna need practice for that. Beat
Yeah,
it for
yeah.
myself.
Yeah, but I mean, there are folks that are doing it. It can be done, you know.
Yeah, I believe you. Yeah. All right, that's cool. All right, so let's move on. Griffin put this up in our private chat, talking about Elite Dangerous players are unhappy. Where's DK when you need him? But these Elite Dangerous creators have all expressed concerns about the future of Elite Dangerous over the past month. Obsidian Ant, Brawner, Elite Wheat, the Yamix, York Central, Hawks Gaming, Black Maze, Down to Earth Astronomy. And right here we have a video of Elite Dangerous
Well,
Odyssey.
we don't have to. Yeah, I mean, we don't have to show that because that's long. I just probably want to. We just put that in the chat for them to look at later, but we can talk about it because I think the community kind of knows that there's been a lot of. We talked about it a little bit last week about Odyssey, and I guess I was just kind of doing a follow up to that. That I don't know who amongst us in the group plays Elite or has been watching the videos of some of the content creators. Have any of you guys seen some of the stuff that they've been posting?
Besides the video you showed me, I also spoke to the gentleman who's the head of that Discord. I guess his name starts with an X, Stan or something. He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. You know. But yeah, that video was very enlightening about the one you shared with me.
Yeah. Well, yesterday, Yacht Club had this guy named Dave on. There's another video that we can drop a link in for, where he tells a story about him being both an Elite and Star Citizen player. And there's a lot of stuff out there right now. You know, there have been a lot of players who've been coming over. We talked about this last week to play Star Citizen because Invictus Free Flight Week was going on. And so a lot of them got very curious about it because they were a little disenchanted with what was going on with the development in Elite. Now they're still, you know, loving Elite. They still love the game and want to play it. But what it has done is for some of them change their perspective about Star Citizen because many of them had a negative outlook of it based upon the past. You know, like things such as, oh, it's glitchy, oh, it can't run, oh, you have to have a powerful machine. And when some of these content creators came in and started playing it, you know, their community started seeing it, and they're giving good reviews of the game. They're saying that, in fact, there are things that they're seeing in Star Citizen that they wish was happening in Elite. And so the community's been very positive toward them and supportive of them, and you know, helping them get into how to learn how to play Star Citizen and stuff. So if you guys get a chance to watch some of the videos, take a look at them. There are plenty of them out there, trust me, right now from Elite content creators.
So you don't want to do the Elite Commander one, the first impression?
Yeah, like that's a good one. I mean, you can just put it in the link and people can watch it. I mean, because by the time we go through the roadmap, we're going to have plenty of time to talk about stuff. So I don't want to spend time on one of those videos. Those videos are like 30 minutes long.
10, 15, yeah. Well, put them all together, yeah. All right, I'll drop the link in quick chat. So I dropped the one from Obsidian Ant, that's the first link, and the Commander Will and Kate, that's the second link.
Yeah, and if you guys know anything about Obsidian Ant, he's a real avid space game player, kind of similar like a Scott Manley, but he's an avid supporter of Elite, and he has been not critical of them, but he has raised issues about the fact of where that development is right now. And they're kind of at a pivotal point right now, to the point where David Braben had to actually write a letter this past week, basically changing the direction of where they've been going with development. It's kind of like when Chris Roberts had to come out and do his letter last year. I mean, it's kind of like that same type of thing, you know.
Yeah, Chris Roberts does a letter every so often. Yeah, the subtitle or topic he had for this is Elite Dangerous Fine, Star Citizen, and No Man's Sky. Many of these creators are playing Star Citizen and No Man's Sky, yeah.
Yeah, and No Man's Sky has been picking up steam with them as well. So right now, I think they said about 30% of their players have shifted to playing either Star Citizen or No Man's Sky. And
technically, they can do both because, I mean, there's only so much to do in Star Citizen. I mean, there's a lot to do, but I mean, if you play for like maybe 2 weeks, you can go back and forth, maybe.
Well, I think that for us who've been in it for a long time, it feels that way. But for them, they are amazed with being able to carry a box and put it on their ship. I mean,
yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, I mean the stuff
Yeah.
that we take for granted, you know, being able to walk on a ship, being able to walk around on a ship, they spend hours just being excited about that because, you know, Elite was supposed to deliver some of those same things and it hasn't yet. And both of these developments started at the same time. So, you know, it's an interesting thing, you know, to see, but they are putting a lot of good propaganda out there. And I mean that in a positive way about Star Citizen.
Yeah.
Do you think they
Like my
understand that
man,
the game is still in alpha though?
I'm sorry?
You think they understand the game is still in alpha?
Oh no, very clearly, very clear. That's one of the reasons why they're impressed. They've talked about the fact that it's an alpha and the fact that it still has bugs. I mean, they'll talk about that, but they'll also say that the rewards of playing it are greater than that. And they tell people, as long as you know that there are bugs, you know, have your head screwed on straight when you come in here, but you will have a lot of fun. And that's what they've been telling people.
yeah. To go back to that video you shared with me, like the gentleman, he was talking about how Star Citizen has the ability of hooning. I never knew what that was until he explained it. You know,
Mhm.
yeah, which was
Ability to
cool.
what?
Hooning, I believe that's what it's called.
Right.
Where I would assume, I think it's like you're flying one way, but you're thrusting another.
Right. So
Oh.
what we do is
Oh.
decoupled. What we do is decoupled, basically.
Okay,
you know?
thank you. I was like, I didn't know that term. Thank you. All right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been decoupling since day one. Not day one, but since Arena Commander came out, so.
Yeah, I mean, they're even impressed with the flight model. That's one of the other things that they've complimented in saying that how the ships handle and if the ships feel, they actually feel like there's feel to the different ships versus,
You mean
know,
they
when
were
it's,
impressed
you
with the
know.
flight model because it changed in the 3.14, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying compared to Elite, that's what I mean. They again, they were thinking of Star Citizen from 2017, 2016. These are people who never, for the most part, played the game. And they're just coming into it for the first time and playing it.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, so next up we have the roadmap. I haven't been able to go over them that much. They had the progress tracker. That's interesting. Laser trip mine, frontier clothing, female player head, completing
Yeah, I mean,
modeling texture.
we can go through a few of these
Yeah. The
if that's
female
okay.
player head, completing and modeling a texture palette for the female player's head. After it's passed on its asset, it will be set to tech animation for rigging update. So, yay!
Interesting.
Oh, nice.
Does that mean we're gonna get our new hair tech soon?
Hair.
Yeah, hopefully that's what it is. Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
What's your girl name? Your wife's name? Griff. What's her name?
Oh, Twitch.
yeah.
Is that her name?
You talking about Twitch?
With the braids? Yeah, with
Yeah,
the
you talking about
braids.
Twitch? Yeah, Twitch.
Yeah.
Tasha to you, Tasha.
There you go.
Tasha to
There you go. There you go. Thank you,
Okay.
Jade. Thank you, Jade. Yeah, I'm the only one that gets to call her Twitch. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
Oh,
it's Miss. Wait. It's Miss Pacheco if you're nasty.
Yeah.
oh, man. I knew it was coming.
Okay.
Knew it was coming.
Can we go back just a little bit? Because I mean, Fast Card, you kind of skipped over a couple of those things I think that are kind of significant. The laser trip.
You want to talk about? Go ahead.
Yeah, the laser trip mines, because we hadn't heard anything about that.
No.
Yeah.
That they're implementing laser trip mines into the game, which are explosives that use light beams as triggers. When someone or something comes into contact with the beam, the mine goes boom. So, you know, when we started thinking about setting up bases and things like that, obviously we wouldn't put that on your ship unless you just want to be completely crazy. But the fact that they're giving us things like this and the breaching charges and things like that, to me, says that we're starting to look at things we can use to secure our homes or bases later on. You know, I think that'll be pretty cool. Or in combat, right?
Yeah. Now it made what it made me think when I first read that was the Daymar rally. I wonder if they'll let them use.
Oh no!
I would love to see that.
Oh Lord! Okay,
Yeah.
all these violent people in the room tonight. All the violent
Cannonball
people.
Run.
There
Cannonball Run all
okay.
over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they mentioned about the frontier clothing, and I think we saw a couple weeks ago they showed us that that there's clothing that they've designed for Horizon, and then each location will have clothing that's reflected. So Frontier clothing, I'm kind of curious to see what that's going to be about. I would assume because of the homesteads that would be tied
I
into
would
that
think
with
that.
NPCs.
That
Yeah.
was my thought.
Okay.
So they have DS mesh code. Okay. Dedicated
Oh
gaming
yeah,
services.
Black. We were Jade and my son. We were playing the other day, and Jade noticed about what Black is mentioning in chat about the fabric.
Hmm.
Jade
Yeah, I
noticed.
first noticed it
Yeah.
on a new jacket, and
Mhm.
then we noticed one of the flags. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that tarp.
definitely in.
That
That
tarp.
Yep,
tarp.
that part.
Yeah, they got to fix the clipping though. Fix the clipping. No, I'm just playing. But no, it was just I'm nitpicking, but it was just clipping into the railing. But that's a fix, easy fix.
I mean, that's been going on since day one, like 90s or 80s. Well, like 90s at least. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
because they have their sword manager, a hybrid for the sword manager component. Functionality is responsible for creating a sword and entity graphic database. And so they seed it with the initial population and entities. I think that's for NPCs. Like they won't, they'll come in, they're spawned correctly instead of just sitting around for a while.
Yeah, and they also talk about the fact that players being able to join a shard. That one I have to look into that one because that's something new that I haven't heard of either.
Inventory unstow. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want me to read it?
Yeah.
Okay. Inventory unstow refers to fetching an item from an inventory and placing it into a shard. For example, a ship loaded with cargo being unstowed removes the ship and its associated cargo from the inventory and places them into the game. This work implements moving an item's persistent data from an inventory into a shard managed by the entity graph and adding the item to the replication layer. Ha 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 ha. They had me for the first half.
Yeah. Yeah. But by the second half, my eyes were glazing over, like, huh?
Yeah. Ship loaded with the cargo being unstowed removes the ship and its cargo from the inventory and places it into the game. So I'm wondering if this is having to do with, okay. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, if I got this wrong. I'm seeing this as being, for example, when the cargo docks are in use, and let's say, for example, you have 10,000 units of laranite stored there, right?
Mhm.
And then you also have your ship. When you want to load that ship, similar to like when we're in the refinery right now, how we're able to move items from the refinery to a ship, that this inventory unstow means if you have inventory that's stowed someplace, you can say where you want it moved to, hence moving it from the cargo decks to the cargo area of your ship. Maybe.
Now, would that go with the one that's I think there's one later on down in the list about where not necessarily that I don't think they call it warehouse, but your homestead having well, I can't see it. It's further down. They may go together. Is that what you're saying, Grim?
Yeah, right.
Or
Like if
moving
you,
your
this, how do
inventory?
you move? Right, how do you move things that you have in an inventory at some location
Right.
to your ship
Yeah.
or from your ship? Like do you land somewhere? Like right now, when you go to the refinery, you land your ship and then it transfers directly to the refinery, right, to be processed. But there's also going to be that you can store things. And by the way, I don't know if you all noticed this in the PTU, the stow command has been changed. You know how when you pick up a bottle of water and normally you put it in your thing and it normally says STOW. They've taken that away now. It says STORE. It says store. And now they're using the term stow for handling inventory.
Oh,
See, I thought
I didn't even try. Well, I didn't
they were
try.
making. I thought they were making an Under the Cherry Moon reference when they put in STOW, because, like, Prince asked someone, if you wanted to buy a Sam Cooke album, where do you go? Record store.
Okay. Okay.
Went to the stove.
And now they're trying to be all proper and call it a store.
Store.
I'm
Mm-mm.
going to the stove.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's like
Let's go.
50 cents. What is that, like 50 cents? 50 cents?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
All righty.
Cut FC's mic.
And then they've got the
Okay. Nihilus, they cut your mic.
all right. Then they've got the entity stow and destroy. Now this goes to stow again, refers to moving an item into an inventory. For example, a ship loaded with cargo being stowed stores the ship and its associated cargo. This work implements items from the replication layer, moving its persistent data into an inventory managed by the entity graph. So yeah, that's like what it sounds like. And it says you will just destroy stuff too. So there you go.
I mean, basically, it's all the stuff you expected in an MMO, except they're going into details about what stuff actually happens, what happens when you actually like call a item or destroy an item, basically.
Yeah. I'm curious as to whether this is going to be stuff that's done via mobiGlass or done via at the different panels, because there are these different like panels around, like for example on the Starfarer, when you're up at the deck where the cockpit is, there's a panel that oversees the cargo deck, and I wonder if things like that will be where you'll be able to manipulate your inventory.
Mm.
Oh, by the way, GoMap, thank you for the subscription. I forgot to mention that. Thank you.
Thank you, GoMap.
So now we have item put mod AP. This API allows tools like the vehicle modification app VMA to modify ship loadout and invisible inside inventories. Again, that's the behind the scenes stuff that they're explaining what it does.
That's something new. I don't know. Have you guys ever heard of the vehicle modification app? I guess that's something that's going to be on the Mobi. Is that what that is, where we change our loadouts?
It says the API though.
No.
Yeah, I know it says it's an API, but I don't get that though.
When I think
Yeah,
of
the
API, I
VMA
think
is where you make
Interesting.
the VMA is where you make your changes to ship and vehicle loadouts.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, probably, yeah, so you might be glass. Jade is right. Now you have the
Yeah, these
short
API ones are frying my brain.
Now you have the short data query API. This API allows game code access to common queries against entity graphic data. That's definitely behind the scenes.
I'm not going to even try it. Yep.
And freeform variable API, Blackboard service for game code system to write generic persistent variable. That's definitely behind the scenes. I have the AI navigation links, ladders, and ledge grabs. Okay, that's something more for us. You want to read that for me, Griffin?
Sure. Implementing special adapters to allow the navigation system to be informed of potential nav mesh connections offered by ladders or ledge grab markup. The navigation links already allow the creation of adapters to contain game code specific functionality to function as sort of translators between system specific domain into the navigation system. And they had told us that this was coming. Yeah, they told us that this was coming. They had told us that this was coming. This was for the AI to start being able to climb ladders and move around and stuff. So that's basically what that is.
Yeah, but the way they worded
Yeah, it's a lot there. AI, trolley push and pull. This will be the first pass on implementing the ability for NPCs to use trolleys and trolley-like entities. They will be able to move in the environment, pushing and pulling those entities and place them in front of a specific location. This requires the creation of a specific path follower that can take the consideration external forces that need to be balanced to achieve the desired speed. And I would say we have seen where this happens in the hospital right now, because we've seen where they've got all the trolleys and carts and all that stuff in there that NPCs could be moving around. Okay. Ground vehicles. This is the first pass on supporting NPCs controlling and driving ground vehicles. This requires the implementation of a new path follower that can take care of the vehicle's physical abilities to transform the NPC's movement request into actual movement.
Hmm.
I mean, when I move my NPC, it just doesn't happen. I have to have a request, and the game does it for me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, this is basically, I mean, I remember, was that a couple years ago at CitizenCon? Remember when they told us that the NPC flew that Valkyrie that time? Remember that?
I don't remember that. I believe
When,
you.
when it was
I
in
don't
New
recall it.
Babbage. It was when they did the New Babbage example, when we first saw them down on New Babbage. Where they did the little spy mission. Remember where he broke into the building and everything and stole the data and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, remember there was a sequence where he goes out and gets on a Valkyrie. It was a white and black one, and it flew from one location to another. And that was when they were talking about the AI actually being able to do these pathfinding things, like like a shuttle. Like right now, our shuttles are automated. There's nobody in them. But they're saying on this that NPCs will be able to move around, get in, and drive something. So I'm assuming we've already seen it with ships. They're talking about now same thing happening with vehicles.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while, so it's probably slipped
Yep.
my mind.
No, it was a couple years ago. Yeah, that was a couple years ago. Welcome back, Jade. Unmanned missile turrets, adding AI-controlled missile turrets to improve defense of green zones. Some people have been asking for that to come back for defense of places like the space stations.
Okay.
AI medical, implementing a variety of medical AI behaviors. A patient will arrive at the hospital and check themselves in at a terminal, then wait to be seen, called to the room for diagnosis. Patient can then see doctors and nurses tending to the sick, injured people. Other patients will have to wait to be called on. Doctors and nurses can be seen washing their hands, checking medical stock, and dispensing medicine. Some patients will be asleep in medical beds.
Chris, stop. That
This
is
is
too
cool.
much like real life. No, you
Yeah,
don't need
this
that kind
is
of
cool.
realism in the game.
I just want to know if I can argue with the insurance person if they don't pay my bill.
Don't worry,
the
they won't be
hospital.
washing their hands at Grim Hex.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Thanks, Jade. Make sure I don't do it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's too much realism for me, Chris. There's too much realism. Hey, Doc,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Okay. AI leisure. The leisure behavior is a segment of our new civilian behavior system, controlling how the AI behaves when they have free time during their schedule. AI will create a lifelike environment for relaxing and having fun using these things that are available to them, such as exercise equipment, jogging routes, TV monitors, seats, benches, and their mobi-glass.
Okay.
So we see them basically step that up, I guess.
Yeah.
Dancing. Fist, I know this is all yours here. Dancing is a segment of our new civilian AI leisure behavior. After work, some civilians will have the urge to spend their time at the nightclub and dance the night away. This will bring new life and movement to our bars.
You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like they're going to make NPCs dancing machines.
Yeah.
I hope they have better dances.
You know what? That's right.
Can
You know what, Griff? Yeah, good, Pops. Good.
No, I just want to say Jade brought this up too when we were all hanging out the other night about the music. They really need to get the music together, and they have one type of music, and I believe it's on 90s.
90s. I was talking about like
Hip-hop.
I'm not talking about the stuff that Pedro does.
Mhm,
which is
yeah.
cinematic, overarching location music. I'm talking about like when you go to a bar and you hear something playing, or you go to like a coffee shop or whatever. It's all like 90s trip hop. Like even at Wally's, it's like it's 90s trip hop. You got all these lasers going, right? I'm expecting some EDM. I'm expecting some trap. I'm expecting something like with some energy.
Yeah, that sounds like a job for New Soul to create music for the game. And
I mean that's what we hope they do. Eventually allow Jade. It's a lot of people.
There's a lot of
that
people
make
in
music,
the
that make
SCK.
music, right?
Yeah.
Jade, there are certain
PK.
people, Jade, there are certain people in this room that I told that months ago. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
We
Okay.
listen.
And we
That's all I'm gonna say.
and actually, Griff,
And
Don't
we
don't
know
say nothing
okay.
here. Don't say nothing in here.
okay,
Just
okay.
okay.
We
Okay.
will
I'm
tell
just
you
looking at
later.
the
Then.
dancing part of it. We were going through that thread on Spectrum, Fist to Face and Pops, and I were going through that thread on Spectrum where I posted a bunch of different like examples of modern dances that maybe the
Mhm.
devs aren't really up on, maybe, but yeah.
Yeah, I just want to do the electric sliding game. Okay, that's all I ask.
Well, y'all better come up with something before we start
Oh, the
dancing.
electric. Okay.
I'm
They
gonna
did a
say
whole
this
bunch.
though, Griff. I
They
want
did
to
a
say
whole
one
bunch of
thing.
mocap last October for new dances, so we should be getting some.
All I gotta
We
say is somebody better come up with something, or we're gonna be dancing to the Star Wars Cantina music.
Listen,
So that's all
we
we
did.
got.
We did listen. Hey, Griff, we did listen to you, and
Okay.
we did take your advice.
Okay.
But we got to work on the catalog. That's
Okay,
what we
got
trying.
it.
Griffin,
That's all.
Griffin,
That's all we saying.
I got you.
We'll tell them later.
I got you.
Griffin. My
I
question.
like
Griffin, my question is to you is: you talking about the original Cantina music or the remake? Not the remake.
1977's music. That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh,
All
you're not
right.
talking about 1997 then? Okay.
Yep. All right. Fire hazard. The fire hazard system will track fire and temperature on static and dynamic objects. For the initial release of fire, the feature will be set up on a select few vehicles. And for those of you who have not been in the PTU, there is fire somewhere in Horizon.
Did you start the fire?
I missed that.
No, we didn't start the fire
It was always burning.
since the world's been turning. That's
I
before a
love
lot
you,
of people in
man.
this room time. This is way before some of these people in this room's time. Okay.
They're like, what are they talking about?
All right, guys. Reference to Billy Joel, guys. Sorry. All right.
Billy
Destructible workflow. Building out a workflow to allow artists and designers to work with destructible items. That's interesting. What are some things that they could create that would be destructible? Yeah.
Glass bottles.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
right.
not thinking about like walls or ceilings or whatnot, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maya Live Link establishes a link between Maya and the Engine's sandbox editor. It is primarily meant to give animators the best possible what you see is what you get style preview quality by seamlessly integrating the editor rendered images in the Maya viewport. You guys know about Maya, right?
They're only implementing that now. They've had like 12 years to do that. No, I'm joking.
Do you guys remember what that term used to be called back in the 80s? What you see is what you get. Does anybody know what that computer term used to be called, the acronym?
WS, right? Yeah.
Not you, because you were around back then. I'm asking the younger people in the room.
You didn't say that.
Okay, well, you can answer, but what was the acronym? How did you pronounce it? Do you remember?
Wizard, or something like that.
WYSIWYG. WYSIWYG.
WYSIWYG.
Yeah, WYSIWYG. Yep. Okay.
97, not got it.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right. Rescue transport mission. Taking advantage of AI follow behaviors to create missions where players transport customers from one location to another, along with prototype missions where players must rescue imperiled clients from dangerous situations and escort them to safety.
Genesis
Escort mission,
Starliner.
my favorite.
Starliner. DK, you're up.
What was that date? I'm sorry, I talked over you. My bad.
I was just saying, Genesis Starliner, here we come. I was just joking. DK.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DK on deck.
Okay. Infiltrate, defend mission. Underground facilities are the first place to benefit from the addition of spawn closets, which allow us the expansion of the suite of missions that take place there. Missions range from all-out assaults to situations where you may be able to complete objectives without the need to engage in combat at all, and include both lawful and unlawful versions.
Sounds kind of like the Microtech mission that we saw at CitizenCon.
Yeah. Okay. Comrade mission improvements, several mission improvements and totally new missions set across and around the Comrades with a specific focus on PvP content.
Sound
No
like
bugs.
more fun to be had.
Yeah.
Okay, physical. I guess this is quick QT movement. This deliverable has been previously removed from the roadmap. It was returned to the progress tracker as it has been scheduled to be worked on in Q3 by the physics team. Okay, MISC Hull B. The Hull B was originally scheduled to be worked on simultaneously with the Hull A. However, additional resources needed to be allocated to the Hull A. Therefore, we're temporarily removing the Hull B from the progress tracker until it has been rescheduled.
No.
I
Sorry,
actually think
my
it's
dog favorite
good.
person.
I actually think it's good.
All right, the release view. These deliverables have been added to the release view in the Alpha 3.17 column. Persistent hangars. Players will have the ability to have their own persistent hangars. This will bring changes to the cargo gameplay loop by allowing players to buy cargo and send it to their hangars, then maximize their cargo storage space by allowing them to pack the goods themselves. Gone will be the days of getting booted from your hangar because you were there too long.
Now, this is the one I was talking about where it should, I thought went with the inventory one we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, for the hangars there.
Right, the hangar.
Yeah, that is interesting that you'll be able, when you land in a hangar, that's your hangar to offload stuff in. That's interesting. But now that starts to put into place why they've given us tractor beams on ships and stuff to offload stuff too. So, all right.
Stuff that isn't yours.
What'd you say, Jade?
I said that's to pick up stuff that isn't yours.
Yeah.
My question is, does this mean that they're going to fix our hangars, or this is something different?
Well,
Because, you know,
this is referencing the hangars that you land in, because when they talk about your ships,
okay.
being there too long. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they incorporate that fast card. I agree with you. Maybe that's going to be something that they incorporate later.
But they've been broken forever. 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah. Outpost Homestead, Independent and Outlaw. A small home for AI to live and shelter. They consist of a central hub and a few optional internal and external modules. They provide the basic necessities to support a small group of people for an indefinite amount of time. That's it for this
We'll be
week.
getting AI on planets and moons.
Yeah.
Which would be good.
Yeah. So this will be a different type of different look homestead than the colonial ones that they mentioned before.
Very cool.
So does anyone have any favorites of what we just gone over?
Dancing.
Dancing.
I agree.
More life to the space.
Yeah, because the clubs look very cool, like in Wally's, at the Oasis and places like that. But like you said, there's just no activity there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to shoot a music video there.
I'm hopeful about the NPC player head that they were talking about. They think that, or someone said that we might get new hairstyles.
I was just speculating there, because they specifically said the female player head. So I don't know that that means that we're going to be getting Griff's wife's luxurious braids, but I want them, so I hope we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I hope they do. I hope they do dreadlocks really well in this game.
We
Yeah.
showed what the dreadlocks for Pacheco is going to look like a while ago. They look pretty good to me.
Well, those were a variety of different ones that they had in there. Those were sample ones that they were looking at. I'm sure they'll have some variations on the theme for sure.
Yeah, they had some that were dreads. They had some that were braided, if you recall. And yeah, we'll have to see what they go with.
Yep.
J2 said, Griff, we need some Twilight to liven things up.
That would be cool to say too.
Alright, so next up we have the subscriber promotion.
Ooh.
Let me see what the note I have says. July 2951 subscriber promotion. Baggers are not happy. Why are they not happy, folks? What's going on here? Let's see what they have. Let's scroll down. So we have in-game reward player, the 100 series built. We have the paint job for the 100 series. Couple of them. I have the ship of the month is the freelancer.
What they're not happy about is what happens if you don't own a 100 series.
Then you buy one in game if you want to use that.
What if you don't want one?
Well, I didn't want a helmet that had eyeballs popping out of it. All right? Yo,
But you can wear it. But you can wear it.
You don't have to use it. Just
But
like
you
I don't
can
have
wear
to
it.
use that gross looking whatever the hell that thing is.
Eyeballs.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
I'm just
Okay.
saying, not everything's going to be for everybody.
I think that no, I agree. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me because I'm an Origin person. But I think that the fact that they, unless they decide to do something like that with all ships, every ship gets something that's kind of customized. I think it would be cool.
Yeah,
But,
I agree.
yeah,
Yeah,
people.
that would
Because
be
I don't know why, and don't ask me why, Jade. I don't know why they just didn't come up with because skins are real popular. People are really, weirdly enough, people are spending money on them, even though we know we're going to be able to paint stuff later. And I'm just
$17 for a skin.
surprised. Yeah, I'm just surprised they didn't just come up with maybe the colors for everybody's shipper. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I
Do
don't
you
know.
think?
Yeah, I'm
do you
looking at
think
these
people would have
now
been
because
happier? I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, do you think people would have been happier had it been a nomad skin?
No.
I think
people
I
have
think
no
the fact that they
match at
isolated
100.
just any one. Yeah, I think just the fact that they just isolated one manufacturer when there are 7 of them or 8 of them or however many there are, and maybe that's what they'll do. Maybe next month it'll be a frickin' consolidated Outland skin. The next month something else. I don't know. It was just kind of it was just a weird drop. I guess I just didn't expect for one particular, especially the 100s. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think they look nice, but
You think they look nice? Really? I was just going to comment that
they're kind of plain. I mean, they're okay just to give some variation. First of all, I anything that they put out, I don't like. I hate to say this. Every color that I've bought from them that they've put out is neutral. I'll either buy black or white. I don't buy any of the colored things, and because they don't appeal to me, I figure I want to paint something customized myself. But that's me.
That mellowed paint job looked too neon for me, though.
Yeah,
that's the only thing for me.
We'll see. Like Jade said, just like getting the helmet with the pop out eye. So actually, I wanted the one with the skull. I didn't want the pop out eye, but
I didn't sell mine to anybody. I kept mine because I figured something that gross looking, like that's going to be worth something.
Worth something later on.
Yeah,
yep.
It's an MMO,
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have the ship of the month, the freelancer. I think that's
it's all of them. Ship. It's all of them, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, I think you get to fly all 4, whichever one you want. If I'm not mistaken.
No paint job, though.
Do you guys have a favorite? Yeah, do you guys have a favorite?
No. I mean, be honest, I'm past the freelancers because we have they have an MSR, so it's kind of obsolete, and we have a Hercules, so
Hercules.
Yeah. But I mean, for a lot of people, that it was going to have a lot of use to it, especially the Mac.
I still like the freelancer miss, just because.
I was going to ask you about that, Jade, because a lot of people say the Misk is a serious missile boat, right?
Yeah, but that, like, I know the one complaint before was, it's a serious missile boat, but missiles weren't working really well, but. Now that they IFCS, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe.
I mean, it had some serious firepower.
The Max
flew it a couple of times.
The Max is popular. Yeah, the Max is popular with cargo people.
Yeah.
In the
Well,
dirt, I've got a dirt because for exploration, I've got one because I've got a exploration ship on all sizes. I think I have all the exploration ships. So
my thing about the Max is that it's the same price, or worth the same price as the Taurus, and the Taurus can carry more, but it's a bigger ship.
was.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Max is more expensive now, but it carries less.
No, Taurus is going to be more expensive. I can guarantee you that.
Well,
The Max is 150.
I mean, currently.
Yeah, the Max is 150. The Taurus is taken out of the store and is gone, which means when it comes back,
really?
it's going to be price. It's going to have a new price increase. So those of you who got it for 150, God bless you. Yeah, you can't even upgrade to it anymore, Fast Cart.
No, really. All right.
Yep, they took it out the store completely. Yeah, once they were talking about the release for it about a month ago, it disappeared.
I should have gotten some TCUs. I didn't think about it. I mean, because the Taurus has been out, they've been there for like since day one, basically.
Yeah.
At least for me. So it didn't occur to me. But you have the subscriber exclusive pledge promotion. You have the carrot now, and this is only for subscribers. So.
And it's only $600.
Only.
That's all.
For the low price of $600.
Word I got was that Pops is giving them away. So if anybody wants one, talk to him.
Okay. Wait on it.
And then, like always, it has a subscriber merchandise discount. That's a permanent feature. And a subscriber store. Okay. Yeah. But you can just tell that I just want to highlight the first comment. So people are really happy, as you can tell.
You remember when the sunglasses came out and people were saying the same thing? Now people like them.
Now I do have to ask a question. Have any of you flown the Taurus in the PTU?
I have not.
Oh, you haven't? Really? No, have you been inside it?
I haven't even been inside one, no.
Ooh, I just did a couple days ago for the first time.
And what'd you say?
Okay.
And it is definitely big enough to carry 2 tumbrils. Definitely easily 2 of them. And have room to spare. And it looks like they relocated the smuggling area on the ship. Originally, it was supposed to be behind the pilot's seat. And now it looks like what they did was put it back where the P-52 used to be, like as if it's a shielded area. Don't quote me on this, but I've talked to some people who think the same thing. So it's more of a, like kind of how the MSR is, where it has like a separate compartment area. It's kind of like because it's like a double area in this, like I think it's shielded, but there is a grid back there in the back where the P-52 used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
So for you smuggling people, that might be an alternative.
I'll stick with my MSR.
Okay.
I can't blame you.
I'm not a fan of the Constellation series.
I'm a fan of the Phoenix, but not for 350. I do have an Aquila, but the Aquila gives me an Ursa rover and a Merlin, so I'm getting 3 vehicles for the price of 1.
Well, you gotta remember the Phoenix is a luxury tax, so just like an alien tax, luxury tax. What were you saying, Pops?
No, I was just saying I like the look of the Constellation because of the way the engines are placed. Is kind of a small reminder of the Starship Enterprise. The way the engines kind of stick out.
Yeah.
There is a bit of a rework to the Taurus too. When you guys see it, the lighting pass on it is really nice. It's got colors to it now. I think it's like a gold and a white or something like that.
Ooh.
And the engines move slightly differently. So take a look at it. It looks nice. Question about why so long, but that's neither here nor there at this point.
Didn't we do a show about that?
It might stay. I don't remember. It might stay at 150. I think it's going to go to like 185, but we'll see. I'd love to know what chat thinks. Do you guys think the price will increase from 150?
What does chat think the price will be? The final price, final answer.
Uri says, does anyone think that CIG is going to raise the prices of all ships above the starter ships this year? I don't
Not this year, no.
think so. No,
Yeah, not this
I don't
year.
think so. I mean,
They
ship
looked at it-
prices have remained stable. Once they've gone live, they've pretty much remained stable. The only reason why ship prices have changed dramatically is when it was because the actual physical dimensions of the ships changed. The 600 was an example of that. The Orion was an example of that. The Carrack was not. Believe it or not, the Carrack did not grow very much in size. In fact, they took some things out of the Carrack, but I think they underestimated it. Based upon what the ship's capabilities were. I think that's what expanded it a little bit more.
Black Intellect said the COVID surcharge will make it 185. And I think Zelig said it's going to stay 150. I don't think it definitely. I think it'll add $15 to it. It was 150 before. It'll be 165. That's my guess.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there were a couple ships that increased in price. I know that the 600s went up by about $10. I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's. That's a good question. You're right. And I'm sorry. I didn't think about the fact that what they did in the previously or last year rather. So maybe they will, but I don't know if it's going to happen anytime soon. I guess the question becomes, why did they raise the prices and which ones? Because some ships went up and some didn't.
I remember when the Super Hornet went from 165 to 180.
Yeah, I mean, some ships went up by like $5 to $15, depending last year. Because remember, there was a big controversy came out when the 100 series came out, and they moved the 300 series up by price and stuff.
I didn't
So
remember.
Uriah,
Okay.
you're right. You're right. I'm gonna say you're right, Uriah. You're right. Thank you for correcting me on that. Okay, cool.
Cool. Next up, I think. Let me change the scene real quick. Oh, having another virtual bar citizen. Woo! August 14th. That's the tweet that we did today. Greetings, citizen. Please join us for our next international virtual bar citizen. I added international because I didn't want people to think it was just the U.S. But everyone is welcome. Saturday, August 14th, 2021. Time 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UTC. Oh, let me put the link in the Twitch chat. But we're looking forward to everyone joining again, having fun. We had a blast last time.
Yeah, we had an 11-hour blast last time.
That was.
It didn't want it to end. What was that, Jade?
It's just saying that was insane. How long? Like I thought it was be 5 hours. It went 11 hours. It was amazing. There were 2 people from CIG there, and like one went away and then came back. Yeah.
It was all Jade's fault.
Oh yeah.
we blame Jade.
Yeah, it is. I can't deny it.
Yeah. But this time I set it for 4 hours. I'm gonna keep it at 4 hours. I'm like when 7 o'clock comes, I'm hitting the end button.
You okay?
You don't believe me?
We'll see. Best laid plans of mice and men. We'll see.
Yeah, you're right. That's our plan anyway. But yeah, we hope you see people there. It should be fun.
Yeah.
All right. So next up is the Machinima.
Yeah, we've got a unique Machinima. We've had Galaxy Girls videos before, and this is one that I had not seen of hers. It has some really good humor in it, and all I can tell you is brace yourself for the ending. That's all I'm going to say about it right now. So whenever you're ready, Fast Card.
Hey dude, what time does Whammers open?
It opens at 4:20.
Now get out of here. There's spies everywhere. Take the alternate route. There's a ship waiting.
I'll get this where it needs to go.
Affirmative, Pete. They need him alive. Intercept and detain only. Damn it! That M50's too fast. I lost him.
Gigi, I need your help. I've got a bounty I'm ahead. Can you hide me?
What have you done?
Nothing really. Please, for old time's sake.
Alright. Looks like you're at Yella. Send me your coordinates, I'll meet you there.
Yep, no worries. I need to put this somewhere safe.
Alright, Bruce. Let's go get him. What the hell did you do?
Got a CS6, so must be bad, eh?
I'm pretty sure crime stats only go up to 5.
Really? I need to get to Hurston. Can you help me out?
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
I can't leave my ship behind. Can we fit it in the 600?
Robazar, meet Bruce. He's my chief engineer. Bruce will make it fit, won't you, Bruce?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'll leave you with it.
Yeah.
Are you sure Bruce is an engineer? Is Bruce also a mechanic? Can you fix that before I have to leave? I've got some important shit on there that I don't want to lose.
Attention, I have been authorized to scan your vehicle. Please halt and stand by.
Not today, Popo.
Thanks for the ride. I'm in. How do I get the data to you?
There's a secure code transmitter in the back room. Upload the data, we'll do the rest. Get yourself to Pyro, you'll be safe there.
No, it's VPN.
Oh my Roberts, that's a lot of money. I'm sorry, Robazar, but your bounty's 100 million. You think our little history was going to be enough for me to walk away from that?
It's too late. The data's been uploaded. The UEE isn't going to pay for me now. The damage is done.
Well, what do you suggest we do now then?
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh goodness.
Oh man.
Bounce. Are we gonna bounce? You can bounce. All right.
Hey, wait.
Hey. All right, Griff, you got it. You got it good on that.
Wow.
You got us real good.
I told you she was good.
Mm,
Alright.
mm, mm, mm,
Fist, what did you think of the Machinima?
mm.
So, oh man, that was good. That was good. That was well worth it. That was well worth it.
You have a
I can't
favorite
complain. Yeah, I got a favorite part. Yeah, my favorite part was when they said the Whammers opens up at 4:20.
It popped. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, well, okay. We might have to take some showers. They don't want to cool down. No, it was. I enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed all of it. Really, I don't think I had a favorite part. It was all good. Yeah, I dug the ending. That was wasn't expecting it, but it was cute. It was just really cute.
As soon as I saw those champagne glasses.
Yeah, I know it was on. I know it was on. I'm just curious. I mean, they did a good job.
Yeah, they did really good. I'm just wondering how they got some of the shots, though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And it looked beautiful. Like, I mean, it looked like I mean, I know it's in game and everything, but it looked like, you know, the quality of it looked like I'm playing the game. I rarely see that when I see someone do a Machinima. By the way, everyone, that's called The Whistleblower. It's by Galaxy Girl. So check out the link and give them
And the way the ship lands, I really like that. The way it came down and landed, did a little bounce. Yeah.
What was that, Jay?
I said decouple. Yeah, that decoupled landing. They definitely get bonus points for the decoupled landings they did.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they landed it like an airplane. The M50.
Yeah. That's how you do it. You go into decouple.
Oh,
you line yourself up parallel to the surface. Yep.
I was wondering how you did that. Okay.
As far as the camera work, that's what I was talking about. Fist and Pops. If you use a gamepad, you can get that smooth movement. It also used the cinematic camera to follow the launch of the missiles. You can have it like follow the actual
Right.
missile.
I was wondering how they got that.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely.
And Coffee Gaming, thank you for the subscription. 9 months. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Coffee.
Jay,
You
what
didn't
do you
ask
think?
much. I was gonna say, yeah, I love the music they used and the fact that the music fit each setting. You know, like that was really thoughtful. I like the chase scene. You know, where you could see all the contrails and yeah, and we already talked about the 3-point landings. So
Hmm.
and the humor, I always like when there's like little inside jokes, like the 420 and Roberts. She was talking about how much something costs. Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, real quick, I'm just gonna say my favorite part was we just saw him blowing the wing off the M50 to make it fit in the 600.
Yeah, the Van Duel mechanic. That's too funny, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that? I'm gonna have to go back and watch some stuff to see how that happened. If they covered it.
She puts out a lot of just short stories like this, just little different ones and stuff, vignettes. I'm not sure if it's connected to anything in particular,
Oh, okay.
but she puts out a lot of machinima content.
That end scene, though, surely, must send a message to CIG that we need better bed animations.
Okay.
Jay,
Okay. All right.
Jay, don't call me
okay.
Shirley.
I didn't call you, surely. But yeah, like definitely. It was an unexpected ending, and I love anything that has an unexpected ending. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh hey, thanks Astropub. You just rated us.
Oh no,
I
we were
didn't see
about to
that.
raid
Thank you.
him. Yeah, we were about to raid him.
Thank you,
God.
Astropub. How you
Raid
doing?
Inception.
Oh,
Well-
07, Astro.
I don't even see the.
Thank
notification on here.
you, Paul. We appreciate that, and thank
Thank
you,
you.
all the folks from Astropub who stopped in. We were about to wrap up, but maybe we could run that video again for them to see. What do you think? You guys think they'll
Yeah,
enjoy watching?
yeah.
Yeah,
They need
do
another
it,
look.
do it.
Yeah, we need
All right.
another look. Yeah, they need to see this one. This
Yeah,
one is
yeah.
this is the classic.
All right,
Bye.
pubsters. We were getting ready to raid Paul, but since you guys are here, we're going to show you the video that we just enjoyed, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it too. So, Fastcart's going to get it set up for you.
Yep, here we go.
And this is done by Galaxy Girl.
Hey dude, what time does Whammers open?
It opens at 4:20.
Now get out of here. There's spies everywhere. Take the alternate route. There's a ship waiting.
I'll get this where it needs to go.
Affirmative, Pete. They need him alive. Intercepted to chain only. Damn it. That M50's too fast. I lost him.
Gigi, I need your help. I've got a bounty I'm ahead. Can you hide me?
What have you done?
Nothing really. Please, for old time's sake.
Alright. Looks like you're at Yella. Send me your coordinates, I'll meet you there.
Yep, no worries. I need to put this somewhere safe.
Alright, Bruce. Let's go get him. What the hell did you do?
Got a CS6, so must be bad, eh?
I'm pretty sure crime stats only go up to 5.
Really? I need to get to Hurston. Can you help me out?
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
I can't leave my ship behind. Can we fit it in the 600?
Robazar, meet Bruce. He's my chief engineer. Bruce will make it fit, won't you, Bruce?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'll leave you with it. Are you sure Bruce is an engineer? Is Bruce also a mechanic? Can you fix that before I have to leave? I've got some important shit on there that I don't want to lose.
Attention, I have been authorized to scan your vehicle. Please halt and stand by.
Not today, Popo.
Thanks for the ride. I'm in. How do I get the data to you?
There's a secure code transmitter in the back room. Upload the data, we'll do the rest. Get yourself to Pyro, you'll be safe there.
Oh my Roberts, that's a lot of money. I'm sorry, Robazar, but your bounty's 100 million. You think our little history was going to be enough for me to walk away from that?
It's too late. The data's been uploaded. The UEE isn't going to pay for me now. The damage is done.
Well, what do you suggest we do now then?
Man, that was just as good the second time as it was the first time. Now, once again, that was the Whistleblower from Galaxy Girl. I put the link in Quick Chat. I hope everyone enjoyed that. That was pretty good. All right, we had some viewer questions today. We normally don't get them, but you want me to read them, Griffin, or you got them? Griffin might have stepped away, but I'll read them. The first real question is from JJ. With the whole sea on the horizon, we will have the first ship that cannot land on surface while loaded. Currently, the trading options that, when excluding all trade ports that require landing, are extremely limited. How does the panel see gameplay for the whole sea, high capacity and large volume trading and cargo once it's released? I'm going to copy that and put it into Twitch chat so people can read it and think about it themselves. But basically, question is, how do people see the gameplay for whole sea high capacity trading ship once the game is released? Jay, do you want to take a attempt at that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so like, obviously you're not going to be landing a hull C fully laden with those cargo things out. So I think it's going to be for, station to station cargo transport missions. I think a lot of people think it's going to be like a big trading ship. But I think it's more or less going to be like if you imagine a cargo container ship today, where, you're basically taking a bunch of stuff somewhere for a bunch of money. So, yeah.
Okay.
Chris, you have a thought?
Good point.
Same. Jade hit it all the points.
Yeah, it's going to be logistics,
Yeah.
I think we all agree.
I was going to say, I think that the thing that we saw earlier when we were reading about the roadmap lends to what Jade was saying, when they were talking about this new cargo inventory, this the stowing. That's where that comes into play with ships like the Hull C, where you're able to move these massive amounts of cargo and store them, like you said, in a station, and then you load up what you need into smaller ships to take them down to planets or moons. So I think that we're kind of seeing that this whole cargo transport career is about to expand, in a bigger way.
Okay, so the next question is from Rayamar. Does CIG say why is iCache now Integraph? And is iCache doing more now, or what's the dealio?
They said that they were throwing that term out of iCache when Chris did his piece with Sandy. They said it used to be called iCache, so I don't know what it's morphing into now, if this is what the next thing or the next level of it is. And I don't know enough about Entity Graph unless somebody else here knows something else about it. I don't know enough about it to really go beyond that.
I do not
That's
know.
a good question, Mar.
I guess not.
Okay,
yeah,
97.9 says sharding is iCache.
Okay.
And I get the thing from Shard. I'm trying not to go with Shard from the way we knew it from Eve 97. So is it similar to that, where you're basically breaking it off into different shards and they're all communicating together? Or are they saying one shard? I hate to even put you on the spot by asking you that question. I'm just kind of curious.
The actual percentage is part of it.
It's the database language.
Term.
It's a technical term. Okay, thank you, 97. Thank you. 97.9.
Yeah, I was short than 97. I'm just lazy. 97.9, thank you. Okay, the last question is from Lady Space Patrol. The 600i gold standard is the fall on the progress tracker. It's in the fall. Do you think it's going to be pushed or safe to get it sighted? Do you think it'll be on time? The 600i gold standard? Anyone? Do you think it's going to be pushed?
They've been talking about the rework of the 600 for a while. It's been mumbled several times. And, I mean, beyond what we saw with the Gladius, where it was more about, the components and compartment areas becoming physicalized, I'm hoping that this includes a bit of the rework that everybody's been looking forward to. I'm curious to see whether they do it on both the touring as well as the exploration. I don't know, Jade, if you got some thoughts on it, because I know you keep up with Origin stuff as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say to Lady Space Patrol, it's always best not to get excited until they show us reason to. So we don't know what that gold standard it's going to involve with the interior. So I would say just, be be level. Don't get too excited. Don't get too depressed if it gets pushed. It would be great if we could see what the gold standard entails for the 600i, because they did say they're going to rework the interior. So yeah, I would just say just play it safe. Don't get too excited.
Yeah. I mean, be excited about the fact that we know that they're doing something to it, because they know people aren't happy with it in its current state. So and Jade, maybe I'm wrong for saying this, but I think if all they do is just make it so that components go in it, then people aren't going to be happy.
That's why I'm saying that, because sometimes this community has, it could just be you or I saying, yeah, let's, we're going to have this great interior, and all of a sudden that gets, blown into this big thing that they're disappointed when it's just components. So
yeah.
My advice is hope for the best, but expect the worst. Can't go wrong with that, I don't think.
No, I can't live with that philosophy. Oh,
really?
It's too pessimistic. Expect the worst.
But there can be delays, I would say that.
Yeah. I had too much money invested in here to be expecting the worst. I can't do
Fair
that.
point. Thank you for the viewer questions, and thank you all for watching. I want to thank our guests, Fish and Pop. Good to have you both here as usual. And Jade and Griffin, my co-host. I almost said something different again. Thank you both for being here. I appreciate it. Hope everyone had fun.
Yes.
Yeah,
DIG,
always.
give those 600i bed animations for the gold standard.
Yeah, you see, Jade, Colossal obviously wants to be kicked off of the Soul Citizens team with his rhetoric in chat. You see this mess he's typing, right?
Clearly, it's oh my goodness, Colossal. That propaganda is almost as bad as your jokes.
Ooh, hitting hard.
He gonna come in here now. I heard him in the show before he comes in here.
That was the whole point, was to get him in here. See?
Well, before Colossal get in here, I just want to say, please join us on Sunday. Please join us on Sunday for Things We Left Behind. We'll have a guest, you'll get money coming back, so that'll be fun. That's Sunday 8 p.m. So check us out for that. And thank you all for watching. And don't forget to check out our merchandise. We have mugs, t-shirt, and gamepad. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. We have the link below on Twitch. Do you have a raid target?
Oh Lord, Gunslinger, don't start. Guns and Glue, rather, don't start. Yeah, I had a raid till he threw that up there. He got me all worked up now. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, he's gone. Oh no, he's still there. We are going to raid Purple Lily K, I think it is. I think Lilac. Purple Lilac is her name.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So send purple our love. So peace, love, and soul. Take care, everyone. See you Sunday.
07, everyone.
All right, everybody.
07.